Thanks for tuning back in. I'm Tommy Campbell, still bald, still in my basement, and still laughing at Republicans managing to replace Sarah Huckabee Sanders with someone even worse. Didn't know that was possible, but you pulled it off. President Joe Biden gave a confident and blistering State of the Union address that was met with criticism from conservatives who locked Alabama Senator Katie Britt in the kitchen, hoping for a home-baked apple pie, when all they got was a 17-minute burnt Pop-Tart that looked like her remote casting for a high school play. The right wing showed up looking absolutely ridiculous to support Trump, whose dumpster fire social network suffered Mike Lindell-level technical failures during the broadcast, and Republicans were furious at Biden for having so much energy. Sean Hannity said he was very angry, very jacked up, who might say charitably overcaffeinated. And former White House press secretary Ari Fleischer said Biden was weirdly amped up. It's an important speech, and he delivered, and these folks just hate having their Sleepy Joe narrative destroyed when Dark Brandon is throwing fastballs. Tucker Carlson returns to this show to discuss Alabama Senator Katie Britt's rebuttal. I'll be having a laugh with her melodrama and more, but first, this.
I don't want to say he's perfect. The only perfect person that ever walked this earth was Jesus, but he was wonderful in office for 4 years, and he proved that. So what is it about Trump that you love so much?
Number one, he's a godly man. He's working for God, for darn sure. Number two, he really cares about us. He cares about us. He cares about what happens to us. He cares about our country. He didn't come in there because he wanted the money. He's got money. He's coming there because he is actually working for God, and he wants to help us, and he wants to get us to he wants to make America great again. And I it's true, but I think he's going to make it even greater, because I don't think, no matter what they try to do to stop him, he's going to come back, because he's working for God, and God's on his side.
Absolutely he is.
Well, it's safe to say that somewhere, a half-decent The Cure cover band is missing their singer. Don't you think if Donald Trump was working for God, he would have something on his resume, just a single moment in his life that was about someone other than himself? One thing. I can't wrap my head around the people that think their God is so great and powerful, but overlook the fact that this same God is so bad at godding that his first-round draft pick lost the last election and ended up $500 million in the hole. I get you really believe you can hear God, but it's probably just the Roger Stone or Newsmax that you left playing in the background when you passed out on the futon. It is pouring MAGA Tears. I played in 35 countries for over 2 decades, but most days you'll find me here. Thanks for taking in this bald comedian's take on things. Please join the best subscribers on YouTube while I blast the latest and stupid and more.
Good evening, America. My name is Katie Britt, and I have the honor of serving the people of the great state of Alabama in the United States Senate. However, that's not the job that matters most. I am a proud wife and mom of 2 school-aged kids. My daughter Bennett and my son Ridgway are why I ran for the Senate.
Bennett and Ridgway. I know this is going to wind up a few people, but can we just keep the names that you can find on a shot glass in a gift shop?
Like so many families across America, my husband Wesley and I just watched President Biden's State of the Union address from our living room. And what we saw was the performance of a permanent politician who has actually been in office for longer than I've been alive. One thing was quite clear, though. President Biden just doesn't get it. He's out of touch. Under his administration, families are worse off, our communities are less safe, and our country is less secure. I just wish he understood what real families are facing around kitchen tables just like this one. This is where our family has tough conversations. It's where we make hard decisions. It's where we share the good, the bad, and the ugly of our days. It's where we laugh together. And it's where we hold each other's hands and pray for God's guidance. And many nights, to be honest, it's where Wesley and I worry. I know we're not alone. And so tonight, the American family needs to have a tough conversation, because the truth is, we're all worried about the future of our nation.
I don't know if there's going to be a lot of laughter at that table, but a lot of people are laughing at that table. And I doubt there's a lot of tough conversations there when she pulls in $174,000 a year plus full benefits, and she's not even the main breadwinner. It's all such nonsense. Her and Wesley in the massive house, but in the kitchen, worrying about what? The only thing these people worry about are how they're going to cope with a Brown family moving in 2 doors down. Get a life, you morons. But wow, does she like to say President Biden?
President Biden just doesn't get it. President Biden, we know that President Biden's border policies, of President Biden's senseless border policies. President Biden, and tonight, President Biden, Mr. President, enough is enough. We know that President Biden's failures don't stop there. Well, President Biden, and unfortunately, President Biden's weakness, the president has demonstrated. President Biden has failed. And what does President Biden do? The free world deserves better than a dithering and diminished leader.
She's beyond ridiculous. And when she's not saying President Biden and getting all feisty, she dials it back too much.
We hear you, and we stand with you. I know you're frustrated.
Good evening, I'm Tucker Carlson, and tonight I want to talk to you about Katie Britt, the Alabama senator Republicans chose to counter Joe Biden's State of the Union address, if you want to even call it that. Joe Biden put heavy emphasis on democracy, when actual Americans, the people of this country, just want a dictator to maximize their stupid. They don't care about raising taxes on billionaires and affordable medicine, and that was clear, because Speaker Mike Johnson didn't applaud this or any of the incredible achievements that were mentioned. To be fair, Mike was likely bombarded with notifications from his accountability partner going on a wank tear since Daddy was out for the evening. Biden referred to the real president, Donald J. Trump, as my predecessor 13 times. What is that about? He complained about shrinkflation, which has nothing to do with ball tanning, and he then took a victory lap down the thousands of roads, bridges, and ports he's helped build and fix in towns and cities where conservatives said, no thank you, and then were quick to pose at every hole-digging and ribbon-cutting event in their state. But on the eve, the night before one more sleep to, International Women's Day, the GOP stuffed Katie Britt in the kitchen with a camera and a crew and a cross so prominent Mike Johnson had to take a cold shower, and Mike Lindell is going to file a lawsuit against her, or as he says, lawsuits. Katie's in the kitchen where she belongs. No, that's the bedroom. Fix me my dinner, wench. Katie Britt was chosen because of her age and her looks. Last go-around, we had Sarah Sanders, the very woman Trump tried to pimp out to North Korea, and he failed. But this woman, Katie Britt, is the youngest woman representing the Republicans in the U.S. Senate. She led a campaign to keep Alabama open amidst the nationwide shutdown for the fake virus, and like most Americans, she's married to someone that's likely seen Tom Brady shower, since her husband, Wesley Britt, played 4 seasons with the Patriots. And he's 6'8". He can look in any stall he wants to. And I'm sure he's taken a peek or two. Has he? I'm just asking questions. Katie even suggested that Biden probably has never gotten groceries, and it was rather strange to attempt to discuss everyday things such as shopping when their presumptive nominee would probably go on The Price is Right and think a gallon of milk is 11 cents or free if you have access to an old jar, Lauren Boebert, and a cow. Did you know that in Russia, you have to put money in a shopping cart to even use it? This is real. This is the truth. They don't want you to know. But I'm just wondering if this was even really her kitchen. Most moms, the mothers of this country, display their kids' artwork on the fridge, a few reminders, maybe a magnet from their trip to woke Disney World. And someone had strategically placed a family photo. The camera even panned to it in the opening shot. Where are the coupons, Katie? What's going on here? Something about this seemed very staged, and that's shocking coming from a party brimming with such relatable salt-of-the-earth people. As ridiculous as her words were, her performance was the major distraction, because it was so wooden and over the top at the same time. I am not sure how many hours Kevin Sorbo took off from his dinner theater to provide some acting lessons, but even Tom Arnold said she's so bad she couldn't be in one of his movies, which was very funny, but also confusing, because True Lies is a tremendous film. When Truth Social got back online, one of the first things Donald Trump did was praise her rebuttal. But he also thinks that the lawyer that helped him lose $500 million is terrific and is considering me for a vice president position, even though my own leaked text said, I hate him passionately. Truly fascinating stuff.
I want to congratulate my daughter-in-law, Laura Trump, for getting the RNC co-chair position. The Republican Party is thrilled to have Eric's makeup lab explosion survivor wife in charge of so much money. It's terrific. You know, when I hear daughters and positions, I think about Ivanka. I didn't drain the swamp, but I did drain my pool to hide evidence.
This is really cool.
If you love what I do here and you can afford to help out, throw me a buck with the PayPal link in the pinned comment or drop me a super thanks with this button.
Alex here, still in the bunker with Marjorie, again, good dude. Well, my dog, the bounty hunter, haired 5'1" princess, flexed her Mickey Rourke and the wrestler mouth muscle to send a British reporter back across the pond. Now MTG was totally roped into that conversation because she saw BBC and was like, I'm gonna get some. And next thing you know, English Emily is going all Bond villain on the Blonde Meat Swamp trying to get her to speak about conspiracy theories. Well, you come at the king, you best not miss, darling. Marjorie set her straight and let her know the left and the media spreads more conspiracy theories, okay? Way more. We like the truth. We like supporting our Constitution, our freedoms, and America first. You get that there, Gordon Ramsay? You attack my space laser posting Georgia Gremlin, and she will drop a Made in the USA F-bomb on you. I gotta be honest, she has quite the hide on her. It is very helpful because you're supposed to think about sports and baseball and certain couple situations, and it is not a stretch when someone looks like their skin was made from the gym class blue bin of weathered myths. Marjorie Taylor Greene brought to you by Spalding. Seriously, brother, she was so hot and bothered by the BBC in her face that she begged me for a neck rub, and I told her, look, babe, I'll put my tender paws under minor league catcher's mixed shoulders. I may even get some rubber bands and Wilson oil to work those bad boys. But if I catch sight of what lurks at the end of your drumsticks, it looks like Dr. Ronnie Jackson picked up a weed whacker and ended up at the El Pastor turnstile of dive bars, unlicensed taco trucks in, and half-cooked FDA unapproved hog shrapnel and charred pineapple in every direction. I may need the chunder bucket as if God made it rain discount Hawaiian pizza toppings. Did you buy a foot-shaped cookie cutter from the Globalists on Temu and it showed up all bent and wrong, but you were like, oh, I can pull it off, so you scooped up all that under-overcooked pork, taco grenade, and mashed it in the mold and tried to pass it off as an acceptable appendage? Or is that just what your feet actually look like? Because what is the rule, MTG?
The socks stay on.
The socks stay on.
How you doing now? The star from Weekend at Bernie's is not doing so well in the current polls. Wow, so much revaluation has come out, not only with an inept elderly, but well-meaning president. You stick to your 1984 movie adaptation and aspirations. Quite frankly, the loonies from the left have been breathing too much of that recycled air through your mask. MAGA Tears. Thumbs down. MAGA Tears. Hearing a liberal speak about morals is hilarious. The one thing none of you actual have. Thanks for the laugh. MAGA Tears. Well, it's safe to say that somewhere a half-decent The Cure cover band is missing their singer. Perfect. Didn't applaud this or any of the incredible achievements that were being mentioned. To be fair, Mike was getting bombarded with notifications from his accountability partner going on a wank tear. That were mentioned. To be fair, Mike was likely getting bombarded with notifications from his accountability partner going on a wank tear, since Daddy's out for the evening. Because Speaker Mike Johnson didn't applaud this or any of the incredible achievements that were mentioned. To be fair, Mike was probably getting bombarded with notifications from his accountability partner going on a wank tear since Daddy was out for the evening.
You attack my space laser post in Georgia Gremlin. Gremlin. You attack my space laser. Marjorie Taylor Greene brought to you by Spalding. She was so hot and
And he's 6'8". He can look in any stall he wants. What do you got going there?
sending out the FDA unapproved hog shrapnel and charred pineapple in every direction. I may need the chunder bucket for real. For real, I'm out of breath. I think I'm going to barf.
The GOP stuffed Katie Britt in the kitchen with a camera and a crew and a cross so prominent Mike Johnson had to take a cold shower. Ooh, simmer down. And it was rather strange to attempt to discuss everyday things such as shopping when their presumptive nominee would probably go on The Price is Right and think a gallon of milk is 11 cents or free if you have access to an old jar, Lauren Boebert, and a cow. Thanks for watching. Please stick around and check out another one of my videos. Say hello in the comments. Find my stand-up on Spotify, streamed by millions, and add me on Facebook and Instagram. It all helps. Be cool, be kind, take care.